We are coming on right now to bring you some breaking news. We're remembering former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. In the last few minutes, the Carter Center said Carter died this afternoon in her home in Plains with family by her side. She was 96 and spent most of those years bringing awareness to mental health issues, championing caregivers, and standing beside the love of her life and her husband of 77 years, former President Jimmy Carter. Here's Channel 2's Linda Stouffer.
Born Eleanor Rosalyn Smith in Plains, Georgia, the former First Lady was the oldest of 4 children. Carter's father died of leukemia when she was 13, forcing the teenager to step up at a young age. And it's a role that would guide her work to support caregivers later in life as First Lady.
I've had personal experience. My father died when I was 13. I was the oldest of 4 children. My mother's an only child. She was totally dependent on me.
She and President Jimmy Carter met as kids. He was her friend's brother. They got married at 18. After high school, Rosalyn attended Georgia Southwestern College. President Carter would rise through the ranks, making lieutenant in the Navy. But after his father's death, he left a promising career and moved back to Plains. Rosalyn and President Carter had 3 sons, Jack, Jeff, and James. Later, 1 daughter named Amy.
You know what I have?
No, what?
A cow.
In 1966, then State Senator Jimmy Carter ran for governor of Georgia. First defeated, Carter ran again in 1970 and won. Rosalyn by his side on the campaign trail both times. And in 1976, Carter campaigned alone across much of the country.
I really think Jimmy can be president.
Helping her husband win the White House. During the 2008 Democratic National Convention, she told us it's something she never would have imagined.
I never dreamed I'd be First Lady, and I had a lot to learn. And I had some good help along the way.
After the White House, they founded the Carter Center in Northeast Atlanta.
My heart is filled with gratitude, and that this will be a momentous day in the life of us all.
A nonprofit with the mission of improving health worldwide, resolving conflicts, and promoting democracy. As First Lady, Rosalynn Carter worked as an advocate for mental health.
One is to speak out and get people talking about mental illness.
In 2010, she shared her greatest frustration.
If you could prioritize what we need to do, how would you do that?
I would get over stigma, if I could wave a magic wand. And that would help more than anything that I know of.
The Carters made several trips overseas, many to Africa, focusing on health issues and farming practices. Even in 2009, Mrs. Carter told Channel 2 anchor John Pruitt, making a difference never gets old.
And we go to Africa, I get so tired, I'm not going again. And the next time, but something so wonderful happened. I mean, you see children who grew because we gave them medicine, or people who have latrines. It's so exciting that the next time I'm ready to go again. But living with Jimmy Carter has been an adventure.
The Carters were also supporters of Habitat for Humanity, a passion they discovered by accident.
I went to New York City one Sunday, and early in the morning I jogged out to what I heard was a Habitat site. And when I got there were a bunch of students from colleges in New England working on a horrible project, and I said just on the spur of the moment, Rosalynn, I need to help you with this. Looks like you're in serious trouble.
In 2016, we went along as they worked on a project in Memphis, Tennessee. The project came just a year after President Carter overcame a battle with cancer. A life of service and deep understanding for those who do the same. Rosalynn Carter's passion leaves a mark on a small town in Georgia and the world.
Well, millions are still suffering, but I hope I have helped a little bit.
And that was Linda Stouffer. The Carters surprised people at the annual Peanut Festival in Plains in late September. They rode in the annual parade. It was their first public event since the former president entered hospice care in February.
I think it's so important for the kids to see, that to me, that's just being good Americans, good humans, and I think President Carter is a great example of that.
Well, on Friday, the Carter family announced that Mrs. Carter entered hospice care. She was diagnosed with dementia back in May. We have a live look now at the Carter Center in Atlanta, where we are getting that news again that Rosalynn Carter has passed away this afternoon, a mother of 4, 11 grandchildren, 14 great-grandchildren. And again, at the Carter Center, the family saying that they are going to release the events, how they are going to remember Rosalynn Carter in the coming days, the memorials that they will have for her. And this is the website at the Carter Center where they are asking people to go on and leave their tributes to the family. There's a condolence book, and they say an opportunity for memorial gifts as well for people to go on and express their condolences. Again, this tribute website includes the family's official online condolence book for memorial gifts, as well as an official biography and downloadable photos.